Good day, ma'am, sir. Our research topic is about building strong foundation to avert calamities, a look into engineers' life experience. We conduct this study to prevent our infrastructure to be destroyed and what engineers' life experience when a calamity happens. So our engineers will build a structure that can surpass a calamity. Humanity has experienced natural calamities even before tsunamis, storm surges, volcanic eruptions, and landslides. These phenomena are examples of natural calamities that test and affect how strong the foundation of an infrastructure is. These type of phenomena are beyond the control of people. Individuals cannot prevent from the happening. Because of natural calamities, many infrastructures have been destroyed if not wrecked by these calamities. Recently, Taal volcano, one of the volcanoes in the Philippines, erupted. This shows that some causes cannot be prevented and a lot of people and infrastructures can be affected by these incidents. Thus, the researchers conducted this research for the purpose of building a strong foundation to avert calamities. Since people cannot stop these natural calamities, humans can at least be prepared when one of these situations occur. It is given that people should know the process to do make everyone safe, but having a well-built infrastructure could help individuals to be safe. The calamities are harmful for people, which is why humans need buildings that will be a great help in surviving. In addition, these infrastructures can provide people temporary shelters since some or most of the places where said the phenomena occurred could be shattered or it will not be that safe for people to live. With these strong foundations of building, it can help a massive number of individuals that help and shelter for the families. This study aims to answer the question, what are the life experience of licensed engineer in terms of building strong foundation to avert calamities? Using the principle of phenomenological research to approach meaning, in-depth interviewing will be conducted with 5 licensed engineers that have experience of strategizing a building to forestall different calamities. The researchers explore the processes that licensed engineers need to determine the strength of the structure. Also, the researchers identified the factors that experienced licensed civil engineers consider to secure the strength of the infrastructure, especially when calamities occur. The purpose of this phenomenological study is to describe the life experience of engineers in building strong foundation to avert calamities in selected areas in the Philippines. At this stage in research, the building strong foundation to avert calamities will be generally defined as process of building lies in its foundation. In this study, we will answer 3 main problems. What are the incidents that had caused the engineers to build strong infrastructure? What are the conflicts that engineers face? How do the engineers secure the strength of the structure when calamities occur? We, the researchers, assume that these phenomena are likely to be natural disasters such as earthquake and volcanic eruption, and man-made disasters like groundwater contamination and hazardous material spill. That one of the conflicts that civil engineers experience is that without proper planning, all that you could ever build will just collapse and return to rubble. The double-checking in plans the engineers made can secure the strength of the structure to withstand the calamities. The scope of this study is about learning how 5 licensed engineers around Metro Manila designed the foundation of buildings in order to withstand the effects of different calamities such as earthquake and typhoon. This study shall only focus on 5 licensed engineers due to the limited number of sample size that a phenomenological study requires. The researchers will mostly rely on the validity of the study from the participants. Responses which will be gathered through interviews. Furthermore, the licensed engineers who are the participants of this study have more than 10 years working experience. In addition to this, the engineers' estimated years of age are in the range of 50 to 60 years old.
For the theoretical framework, we use the constructive safety and coping theory for the base of the study. According to Merculoy in 2014, the theory of constructive safety allows the researchers to understand safety construction of buildings, especially having precautionary measures that one must obtain or have in order to withstand environmental impacts like natural calamities or disasters that cannot be prevented, and a lot of people and infrastructures can be affected. This aims to assess the constructive security maintained in building and structures by building a strong foundation of building to avoid calamities. On the other hand, the coping theory focuses more on emotion, on how one manages stress when it comes to work and personal life. It was stated by Lazarus and Folkman in 1984. The goal of this theory is to determine how one deals and balances the problems at work and at home, and how one overcomes challenges unfinished to a certain task. Framework. The concept of the study to see the experience of licensed engineers on how do they struggle when it comes to work and personal life, and what kind of solution the engineers will do to avoid being stressed out. As we can see in the conceptual framework, first, we should identify the stressor or the factors on why these infrastructures or building cannot withstand calamities. Second, we have the evaluation or coping responses or the solutions for the factors of having a weak building, whether it is for the long-term outcomes or short-term
For
outcomes.
the research methodology, the researchers were supposed to gather the data they needed by interviewing the resource persons, where the interviewees will be giving a detailed talk about their experiences and how they are able to determine ways on building stronger foundations that help mitigate the effects of disasters. Additional questions will be asked by interviewers to further clarify whatever it is that needs to be clarified. In the gathering of the information, the researchers carefully studied the questions and made sure they were guided accordingly. The data that was supposed to be gathered will be interpreted to simpler terms to make sure that the interviewees fully understand the information at hand.
In our study, we used some related literature and studies, which is mostly searched on Google. First, you can find this A Citizen from King County, Washington, 2011. This explains that if the foundation of the building is not strong enough, it will bring harm and put people into risk. And according to Foundation Cracks and Damage Guide Node, it is also found in our introduction. This explains the causes of foundation problems like dry temperatures, improper draining of the plumbing system, and if the foundation does not have a proper amount of steel, or if the soil is not properly compacted, or the soil has a poor density. It also tackles about the foundation issues in residential and commercial buildings, which can be resolved quickly. Our study also explains that which research design we used and what method we used in this study. So according to qualitative research is what we use in this study because it is a scientific method of observation to gather non-numerical data. While our research method is phenomenology, which is an approach that concentrates on the study of consciousness and the objects of direct experience. The researchers will gather on the strategies that the licensed civil engineers will use when building strong foundations. This is according to Lexico, year 2020. Our study also explains what type of sampling technique is used in this study. So, we use convenience samplings because the participants are chosen for the convenient accessibility and proximity according to convenience sampling year 2020. We also use purposive sampling because the researchers have prior knowledge about the purpose of the study so that the researchers can properly choose and approach eligible participants. This is according to Foley year 2018. That is all for our video presentation. Good day, sir.